my beautiful people, I am your friend Kevin. I'm here with my friend Freddie the Teddy, and on his lap is Patrick the Bear. But you don't need to know who they are, what they're about. I just want to introduce them and introduce you to today's Divine Daily Blast. So let's go. We are in an angel numerology number 7 today. That is all about focus. Let me find my notes amongst this untidy, messy desk, and we'll get right to it. Focus is really, or at least the number 7 energy, is all about believing and knowing that we're on the right path. Your spiritual desires. Know and understand and believe that they are correct and beneficial. Your priorities are all lining up in the right order. Now is where the good life choices are being made, and you're making them. Today's the day to be charming, to be studious. Work with the 7 of Cups card, the Sun card, the Chariot card, and if you want to, bring in Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron as your spiritual angelic couple to guide you and to move you through. But we've also got Uriel here. Plus, I've pulled a brand new angel activation card, a brand new divine master card, and I'll get into both of those in a minute. First of all, my isms and how all this plays in. Focus on being abundant and stating I'm abundant. Being healthy, I am healthy. Being love, I am loved. I'm about love. I'm loving. I'm kind. I'm giving. Being protected. Sometimes we feel insecure when the world around us reports is that the earth is changing. Well, yeah, it is, but you're still protected. Protected by the divine creator to put you on the earth, to do great things with wonderful people. I am love, I am God, I am worthy, I am infinite, I am all of these things. That's pretty powerful. The challenge is we don't always instigate that. We just take all this for granted. We don't list, where are we love? Where do we know that the power of God is running through us? This is where the focus is. Where do we know that we're worthy? Because we can say it over and over and over. Why don't we feel it? Who is it? What is it that took that feeling of being worthy away? I am infinite. I go on and on and on. So why do we feel like when we leave the body, we let go of this outfit we've been wearing as whoever we are, decides to, well, okay, we're going to release the soul from the body so you can go off and do what? Yeah, no, not lie in a pine box underneath the ground. We have to be released. Jesus ascended. Most people who actually leave their bodies get revered, they get, celebrated. Now they're calling it celebration of life. I often wondered when I was a little boy, why do they call it a wake? Wake, we're going to somebody's wake. Oh, and then that got twisted by people, and they call it the woke brigade. I never understood that. I don't understand what that means. It doesn't fit into the language I was raised to. Where does that come from? And I won't get into that. It's just ridiculous. I am all the strength I need. Oh, yes, you are. I am, you are, we are. Do you know what? On our own, we're pretty powerful. When we link up with people who think the same way, who are the same way, who believe the same thing, we create these communities. We create an indestructible vibration of power and limitless possibility. That is what we are. And I just got to the isms. I ain't got to the juicy bits yet. Here we go. Archangel Uriel. Call upon me, the Archangel Epiphanies, and brilliant ideas when you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic. Here's your affirmation. My life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from angels in all that I do. Oh yes, boom chakalaka, let's go. I like this card. Look, looks like 4th of July or New Year's Eve or whatever they do in England, bonfire night. It's like fireworks going off. Don't stop me. I've lit the touch paper and I'm about to explode into the skies with all kinds of colors and all kinds of patterns. Now, 2 cards. The angel activation card is none other than Earth Mother. She's with us all week. You know how to evolve. And your activation message is, or the activation affirmation, I take the soul-led steps I need to. I take the soul-led steps I need to take in order to heal and grow. So, the Earth Mother, this card, is really a state of grace and well-being. It is, yes, it could be a message from the Earth Mother, but it's more of the energy that we feel when we're connected, when we're concerned and maybe worried about the well-being of the planet and all the living creatures that are on the planet. It's an angelic presence that contains these codes of evolution. It's a presence that can assist in learning more about the planet and positively contributing to the world. I think this is why there's more and more and more natural scientists that are making more and more and more brand new discoveries deep within the depths of the oceans and outwardly towards, like the atmosphere where the planets come together. Astronauts, cosmonauts. What is a cosmonaut? I want to know what a cosmonaut does. They say these things, the news reports these things, but they don't really tell us what do they do, how do they do it, and why are they doing what they do. They're all sort of like mad scientists as far as I'm concerned. But the guidance this week, let's get to that. Never dull your brightness. Never dull your light. Stop holding yourself back from growth that becomes so natural to you. Take heed of all the lessons that are being brought to you this week, and I'm going to come up with the navigation for the week ahead because it's going to be a bit bumpy for some people. You're being brought these lessons. They're being pushed in front of you. Take the steps you know you're required to take to move into a state of flow. Now, if you aren't sure what the next steps are, and I go through life wondering what's next. I heard somebody last night on a call saying, I just want to know what's next for me. Well, ask yourself, what is it that you're avoiding? What is it that you're walking away from? What is it that you will not face? That's what's next. Our ego is always there, ready to convince us of something big that requires attention. The challenge is, we often say it's day-to-day relationships and connections that require our presence and our honesty. Yeah, there's something bigger that wants our soul's attention. So you can activate by saying, I take the soul-led steps I need to in order to heal and grow. Isn't that what we're about? Healing and growing, moving and shifting. Now we move on to our divine masters, Lakshmi and Ganesh. It's said in the Hindu pantheons that Lakshmi adopted Ganesh. Now, this is changing the prosperity vibration. This is attracting health, wealth, and above all, happiness. So, Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess that's known for all forms of prosperity, fertility, fortune, well-being. She is a divine female goddess of the Tridevi, which is a trinity of goddesses in the Hindu pantheon. She's associated with the Indian Festival of Light, also known as Diwali, and is often invoked by tradition or by ceremony to guide us with wealth and prosperity. Now, Ganesh is a Hindu elephant-headed god known to be the son of Lord Shiva, the great destroyer, and the Hindu goddess Parvati. Ganesh is also known as Ganapati. Now there's a Hindu chant, Om Namo Ganapataye. I can't sing it because I'm not good at that stuff, but he's acknowledged to be the remover of obstacles, but more importantly, he is actually the remover of illusions. You often see Hindu Indian taxi drivers that have effigies of Ganesh on their dashboard because they believe that Ganesh helps them weave in and out of crazy traffic. It's said that Lakshmi adopted Ganesh as her own and made the declaration that her health, wealth and accomplishments would also be his. So together, these incredible beings are a force of light, a force of goodness, a force of prosperity, a force of wonderful opportunities, and will come to show support with busting through challenges and stop anyone from experiencing nothing else but their infinite worth, their infinite good. It busts through the myth that we're not worthy. It busts through the myth that we're not wealthy. It busts through the myth that we're not abundant, health, wealth, all these things. So you can imagine we've got the Earth Mother getting us to grow and evolve and heal. We've got Ganesh and Lakshmi all week long reminding us that you got what it takes to keep moving, to keep grooving, to keep shaking it up. And then we have Uriel. My life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from angels in all that I do. You should see signs and guidance from angels in this reading. It's like a declaration from the gods. Health, happiness, joy, success, good company, opportunities, they are all around all of us. And if you're working on a particular project, know that these cards, this whole reading is confirmation that you are indeed on the right path. That's what the focus is about. And will soon enjoy the fruits of your labor. Spend extra time and energy on gratitude. For when you do, when you're grateful, when you're saying thank you, thank you, thank you, you magnetize more and more and more and more reasons to be grateful. As human beings, we're taught guilt, shame, you did this wrong, you got that wrong, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. It's drummed into us, so much so that we start believing it. Now, I pulled 2 different decks today. I was going to abandon the fairy blessings, but I pulled the fairy blessing for a good friend of mine this morning who's going through growth, who's going through expansion. And I thought, well, I'm going to pull a fairy card, see what the fairy blessing is. And it was versatility. The fairy king is spinning plates. What the fairy king is actually saying, if you have a lot of plates in the air, get them organized. Get them in the right order so you don't feel overwhelmed. So that you're actually saying, let me take care of this, and then this, and then this. It's like sorting through a cupboard. You probably have more than one cupboard in your kitchen. You probably have more than one set of clothes in your closet. Is it time for you to start folding and organizing the summer clothing? Is it time for you to start donating, discarding, and perhaps letting go of some of those summer clothes so that your winter clothes can come in? These are the kind of things. It's like getting versatile, getting organized. If you're trying to accomplish so much at one time, you cannot focus on being strong, any of these things, because you're all over the place. And there's nothing wrong with being all over the place if you recognize, oof, I am all over the place. What tends to happen with me when I get all over the place, I can't cope, I can't deal with it, I shut down. Think about how much electricity goes through a transformer. When it gets overloaded, overpowered, we all know that if we plug in too many appliances to one socket, the breaker blows. This is what this is talking about. Being versatile is also being strong and sensible. Now, I wanted to change decks because I felt like the fairy cards, the Manifesting with Fairies by Karen Kay, these delightful images are by Jane Delaford. Well, Jane Delaford Taylor is actually what her name is. But I pulled out Angels and Auras, because I also think sometimes we have to have a day where there's colour in it. What colour is it? And we have Jophiel. We have the number 5, which is the number of change. And we have this glorious magenta pink colour. And she's going on about compassion, self-care, simplification, and beauty. Now, I could make all this up and say, well, how did this all play into this? But she's meditating. She's sitting on a yoga mat or something. She got her candles going, but right here she's got her pink singing bowl. And she says, I matter. And on this one she's saying, what is she saying? I am love. This is so tiny, it's hard to read. I can. I'm enough. You know, this card reminds me when I was probably about 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there. A long time ago. I went to my first hypnotherapy session. Oh, this reminds me of this. The man, he was a sort of a slightly built man. I don't remember him being Asian, but he was that build. I went into a room, it was lovely. There were windows on, sort of like a big humongous bay window. And obviously there was a reclined chaise that you sat in. And you know, I told this person what I was there to work on. I think it was like weight loss, something. Anyway, he began to count down. But before he did the countdown, he pulled these blinds down. Now, you know, in Europe we have the level or blinds, but this man had pull down blinds. And I remember the pull down blinds being pink, not bright pink like this, but kind of like a very pale soft pink, very much like this. It could have been taupe, it could have been any of those, but my mind was seeing soft pale pink. And I remember the room filling up with this kind of pink light, and he was chanting, I can, I shall, and I will. And this kept saying it. He kept bringing in, bringing out, and then every so often, I can, I shall, and I will. The brain, and if you go to our friend of the channel, Vicky Loper, the healing artist, she does her breathing technique down, down, down. Yogis, they go Om. Hindus, they might do Om Nai Ganapataye Namaha. I think that's how it goes. Sorry for messing that up. However, the whole point, you get to the point where your brain waves are going to start accepting these affirmations, these sayings. You could get to a point where you start rocking back and forth. Get your singing bowls out. Get your candles out. You are starting to bring in the light and the love of the divine. And you can begin to say, I'm abundant. I am healthy. I am love. I am protected. I am calm. I am peace. And you go with it. Boom, 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 boom. You find that rhythm. And you work with it. And before long, you do it. You just have to do it for maybe 20 or 30 seconds. Back and forth. Off you go. Chanting. Going through it. You lower into those vibrational energies, that incredible Christ-like energy enters here. You can even see the heart space. And that's where you find the information that's coming to you from the divine. All right, my friends, that's it from me. We've gone on long enough. I'm going to be right back with navigation for the week ahead, so stay tuned for that one. It's a doozy. All right, my friends, bye for now.